Around the world, every second Thursday in the month of March is set aside for the celebration of World Kidney Day. The mission of the day is to raise awareness of the importance of the kidney to the body and to reduce the frequency and impact of kidney disease and its associated health problems worldwide. On this day, Cardiac and Renal Center Brigadier General Hospital, in conjunction with the OJB Foundation, organized a day-free screening for all.
World Kidney Day has been celebrated every year for the past 10 years. This is the 10th edition, and it helps to increase the public's awareness for chronic kidney disease. This year we celebrated by having free screening for people of the public. Particularly, we were tailoring the taxi drivers. So we screened the Bagada Taxi Driver Association. Some of them came with their families and their friends, and so that's what we did. We did blood pressures, blood sugar, checked their height, weight, and gave free health talks and free advice.
Well, the inspiration is just obviously from my experience, what I've gone through, and I'm seeing it as an opportunity to also give back in a way. What we're doing is trying to create that awareness more, that people can understand that it's not a fiasco we're trying to create, that people just say, kidney, like Ebola or whatever it is. But it's a serious situation that people need to attend to. We have a 1 out of 7 people right now in this situation. So what we're doing is, what is inspiring this is that we're trying to just create more awareness for people. That's what we're doing.
While speaking with pressmen and medical practitioners, OJB shared his experience.
And for me, when I go there and they check it and tell me, oh, slow down and whatever it is, I'll be feeling, I've heard you. They say, okay, come back for the test again, maybe like in another 1 month, let's just see how it is so we can have, your data and know what it is. I won't be there till another 2 years, until maybe the thing gets me down. So I want to say that let's indulge in our culture of checking ourselves, because you'll be surprised how fragile the human body is. It is extremely fragile. Just one tiny thing. Another thing I learned again from my experience is that it's expensive to stay alive in Nigeria. Very expensive. Very expensive. Initially I came back from India with the mind of like, oh, we're going to enter Nigeria, and in fact we're going to change the system. The dialysis centers will come to 2 naira for dialysis. Then I now realized that, like I forgot actually, but people reminded me that you're in Nigeria, wake up. The truth is, I used to feel like the medical system just has people just trying to be Shylocks and whatever it is, so that's why they charge so much for dialysis. But that's not what's going on. Our system itself does not support people to do things with charity, does not support it. Because when you check it, the amount of money you spend on power, the amount of money you spend on human resources, the amount of money you spend on all those things. So when you now want to cut it, then even the person wants to cut it and say, okay, this is human service, the person will check it, the responsibility is waiting for the person at home himself. You will think it and say, I'm going to leave that one. So the truth of the matter is that it's expensive, but a correction can happen, something can change. And that's the reason why we're partnering with the Catholic community. My wife gave me the kidney, but she just gave me out of like, she didn't give me based on, okay, he's just the father of my children, and I love him so much, and I can vouch for him. I think that was an act of God. That's what she did. Because I'm not sure if they asked me whether I would have done the same. I'm being very honest. I'm not going to lie to you and say, oh, I've done it. No, I don't think so. I'm not too sure about that, being honest. But the reason why we have these problems, from giving the kidney to giving whatever it is the deficit of trust. In developed countries, you have people, you have banks where you go to, and there are kidneys there, and people waiting on that waiting list to get it. Here, if they try and do it, we'll have more ritual killers everywhere. That's the problem. So it's a deficit of trust. What I've learned is that deficit of trust is very heavy. I don't think mine is just one of those cases that I was just lucky. but we had people that came out after that, even before me, and people didn't respond. I just guess mine was different, you know. So I've learned that thing is that deficit of trust. But what I just want to appeal to everybody here is that even when we try to prove to you that there is no hanky-panky going on, you try. Because when you prove that point to the person is still acting funny, they don't have anything to do, trust me. When people say ask you, they said he doesn't have any kidney problem, it's all they just package the thing like a kidney problem. When we're in India, we started sending pictures. They almost send pictures of the surgery room. So I let people know that this guy was actually operated on. These same people say, now for you now, they ask you this message, anybody, hear that statement, anybody can package that. How? I'll pay you and I'm going to a surgery room and sit down and you are seeing them cutting my belly and I'll pay for that to prove to you that I actually have kidney problem when I don't have one. You see what I'm saying? The deficit of trust has turned us to something else. So what is going on here is a celebration. Before I drop the mic, it's a celebration. I think the World Kidney Day, apart from us pointing out these little problems here and there, I think it's also for us to celebrate the ones that are here and pray for the souls of the ones that are gone. That's what I think this is all about. Because I know people I sit down with, we sat down together, all together for that 5-6 months. And you know, coming back home, I wasn't even up to 2 months, we buried one. I was up to 3 months, we buried the next person. You get what I'm trying to say? So it shows you that money is not even enough. Because if you have other problems in your body system, when you have kidney problem, trust me, it will amplify it. If you are someone that suffers from something as simple as you easily get cold or easily catch catarrh or something, when you have kidney problem, it will amplify it. Why? Because for you to accept that kidney, doctors in the house, you have to do that, suppress your your immune system. My friends are acting funny. When I shake them in one kind of way, they feel funny. When I shake their hand, they start cleaning the hand. They say, OJ, I'm you. I'll shake their hands. Well, somewhere we're acting a movie because I do a little bit of acting too. And then in one of the scenes, they said, so this scene now, you guys are going to kiss. And I was like, I'm kissing Gohado. But so the lady was offended, like, what are you feeling like? No, it's me. I know what it's about. Everything changes. Things I didn't care about before. You know, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Some were writing their own way, know what they've been drinking. Someone said, you should be left to die. Nobody should be left to die. Nobody should be left to die.
Cardiac and Renal Center consultant Dr. Yemisi Abdusalam also explained the burden of diabetes in patients who have chronic kidney disease.
There are a number of pizza outlets that are springing up, you drive past, you see huge number of vehicles in the parking lot. In the next 10 years, we're going to start looking like the people we see on TV. We're all going to start getting obese, we're going to start diagnosing childhood obesity, we're going to start diagnosing what we used to call the adult type diabetes in 9 and 10-year-olds before they attain puberty. So, and we know that diabetes and weight goes kind of hand in hand. So we all want to live like people in UK and Singapore and America, but these are the problems that come with it. You know, where one slice of pizza, just one little triangle, which is not enough to fill anybody's stomach, is like 2,500 calories. It's more than what some people should be eating the whole day. A lot of people are diagnosed late. The average diabetic, as a term of diagnosis, has already developed some form of complication, even if it's not obvious yet. So kidney failure is a major one. For those who already have diabetes, so if you have family members, friends, colleagues, co-workers, church, any mosque, any forum where health talk comes up, it's important that if you know anyone that has diabetes, you should tell them to be asking their doctors, because some doctors don't even know, unfortunately. So if patients start to ask doctors, it's going to force us to go get up to date and know what we need to offer our patients. But there are screening tests that we can do for patients that have diabetes. It's not just writing prescription for medicine, but we can screen for the earliest type of kidney diabetes affecting the kidneys. Because if you find it, it's very easy to treat, reverse, prevent progression with very, very cheap drugs, not expensive. But if they are not screening, they're just taking pills 5, 10 years. Before we know it, they already have stage 1 or stage 2 kidney disease.
She also advised diabetes patients on what diet to avoid and to embrace.
For children and adults, so you can easily do a blood sugar check. They can just, even if they can't go to a hospital, they can go to a nearby pharmacy and say, please check my blood sugar. So that's one. The other common symptoms will be blurry vision, somebody peeing a lot, having to pass urine frequently and large volume. And, they wake up 3-4 times to pass urine. It's normal. And because they're passing a lot of urine, they're also very thirsty, so they're drinking a lot of water. Unfortunately, because they're very thirsty, most people are drinking juice, I'm very thirsty, Coke, and they're worsening the high blood sugar. So they're peeing more, they're losing more weight, they're drinking more. And then in women, we should always think about infections. If we're having genital infections frequently, or infections under the breast area, the groin area, or any kind of those such infections, any woman should go get screened for diabetes.
When asked about the cause of kidney stone, this is what Dr. Ngozi Aikpoko, a nephrologist, has to say.
Then kidney stones. Some people are prone to forming stones. It can be from whatever they eat, from their diet, but they are what we call stone formers. And perhaps you're one of those. For you to avoid that, just make sure you drink not juice, not alcohol, not this. So most of the time, those people, the stone forms, there are different types of stones. There are some that come because of infection. There are some that come because you're a stone former and you eat certain types of food. If you can ever pass out the stone, which is a very painful thing, but if you can pass it out, pick it out from the toilet and let it be taken so that you'll know what kind of stones you form. Okay, but drink a lot of water, it helps.
Dr. Ngozi, however, urged Nigerians to check up their health status regularly. The newly established health center will be commissioned on Wednesday, 18th of March 2015 by the Lagos State Governor, His Excellency Babatunde Raji Fashola. The center is located within the premises of the Bagada General Hospital in Lagos. The idea behind the center is to curb medical trips abroad. Ablakim Hadioye, reporting for Sinoshow Live.